interesting. So I found my notes for like one of the videos that I'm planning. I still don't know how I'm gonna edit it, so I haven't like completed the script or anything. This is one of my older notebooks, so I'm kind of going through some of the stuff I've written out. Yeah, anyway, so here I am. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Phone died.
Hold on, amigos.
Hey, Mike. Oh, yeah, I got good old exploding kittens here. It's a fun romp of a game, if I do say so myself. I kind of don't even know where we left off, to be perfectly honest with you. And I'm waiting for the stubble to grow back, because, like, I shaved, right? And, like, when I get bored, I do this thing where I twiddle my beard. And so not having it, I'm like, well, I don't know what to do with my hands now. What's the show you like to watch with me, Michael? It's Alive! We have a lot of fun watching Brad Leone do his fermentation gig, shindig, whatever. Anyway, we probably got off on a weird tangent in relation to my YouTube channel. And I'm trying to break things down for you guys in a way that's easily digestible and understandable, but no, it wasn't glitched for you. What happened is my phone died. Because silly me, I didn't have my phone plugged in, and for whatever reason, I think I just need to change out the battery. If the phone's at 100%, if I do anything on it for longer than 10 minutes, 20 minutes, sometimes 30, it just fucking dies. So, and I've kind of been putting off changing out the battery because it's not a very easy phone to get in and out of. You can, it's definitely repairable, but, and I have the tools for it. It's just, it's a thin phone. It's temperamental. So, you know, the year that this phone came out, it set the record for being the thinnest phone. I think this was what, 2015, 2016. It's a Motorola Z Fourth. It's with, you know, we've got the little mod attachment thing in the back. Which I was looking into it. It's been time for a new phone for a long time, but until the financial situation improves, I really can't do that. We're doing good right now, and the last thing I want to do is waste money on a phone when it doesn't fit the budget, you feel me?
Zach, are you going outside at all today?
Don't really plan on it.
Alright. What are you doing? Are you being a good boy? Huh? Answer me, I haven't turned that damn TV off.
I'm gonna go check the fire.
You need to come home by 4 o'clock. You hear me? You get off of that. You gotta take baths, you won't do that. like against death.
Death. Not you. Not talking about you, Mike. Sorry about that. You know, boomers. You know. Gotta lay the hammer down. Put the fear of God in these kids, right, Mike? Do you even know what I said? It's close enough. There's not. Yo, what's up, dog? What is up? Blocked? What's blocked? Oh, congratulations. Oh, I think someone asked earlier, why not re-enlist in the military and pursue cooking again? And it's like, that's another one of those things where, I mean, I guess I'll address it just for shits and giggles, but I hate talking about it because it's like, people just don't get it. Y'all act like, oh, just re-enlist, you'll be fine. It's like, one of the things that irritates me a lot is when other people try to dictate my life. It's one thing if you give advice and stuff, but it's another when you essentially try to make decisions for me. And it irritates me a lot. No, well, there's a laundry list of reasons, but it doesn't matter. Go to your room. What? There's a laundry list of reasons why I don't want to, but no matter what I say, someone's going to chime in and make a big deal about it and be like, oh, well, you should do it anyway, despite those reasons. And it's like, fine. The number one thing is I can't go back in the military. I'm service connected. I got injured and there's disabilities and stuff that I've gotten from being in the military that I can no longer go in. If that makes sense to you guys. They wouldn't take me anyway because the VA rated me with service-connected disabilities. So that's basically like, it wouldn't matter anyway. They won't take me back. Thank fucking God. No, I live paycheck to paycheck, just like most of my viewers. So I guess I can let you guys into the lens of my world. So, oh, okay, you're good. Sorry, it just confused me. Context is very important for me. Otherwise, I get really confused really quick. I'll give you a little behind the scenes just a second. What's up, Nate? You okay? All right. All right, so check this shit out. So right now, my mom and my stepdad are in Arizona on their own little vacation. It was for a very special convention that's down there, long story short. So my mom wanted me to be up here, and I wanted to be up here too, so she bought me a plane ticket. Now, we planned this out, what's before September? August. We planned this out in August. Coming out here. So we've actually had this whole trip planned months and months and months and months in advance. So I worked enough in January to pay all the bills, which was really hard because work was extremely fucking slow. So I basically came up here without a penny to my name. Um, Maybe a little dash in the negative. There's basically the only thing I have to pay for now is my phone bill, and that'll be all the bills for the month. So that's basically the current situation. But whenever I make a trip from Las Vegas to Washington, a lot of people look at it and it's like, well, he must not be that bad off because he can afford these trips and shit. So it always goes the same. My mom, she gets points on her buying flights and miles and all that shit. So a month to 2 months in advance, my mom buys the ticket, and then before I even come out here, I make enough money to pay her back for the ticket. Because she gets the deals and stuff. So it usually costs maybe $200 to fly out here, round trip, just for me. So I'll come up here and I'll stay for a week, 2 weeks. While I'm up here, I only have to work 1 or 2 jobs. It depends on if it's a flat rate IKEA job, I can come up here and do one big job and that's it. Oh, she's back down home. No, because like I said, $200 just for me to come up for a couple weeks is fine. But for me, fake wife, and Tristan to come all the way up here, you're looking at a higher cost. I come out here, I sleep on the couch. There's not really a whole lot of room for a whole lot of people. So it would be a lot more expensive because we would probably have to go rent like an Airbnb or something. So it's more affordable just for one person to come up. So I come up, the Seattle market, in Las Vegas, my take home is like $30, $35 an hour, give or take. In Seattle, it's $55 an hour. Oh yeah, she's got plenty of Diet Coke. But she also has the car, so she'll be fine. She can get her own damn Diet Coke. So basically, when I'm out in Vegas, I gotta work constantly. Whenever work comes, I pick it up. That way I can bankroll as much as I can. There's cost of living, this, that, and the other. Up here, there's food for me, so I don't have to worry about having to buy food. I just have to worry about basically gas. And the occasional stuff, like I'll go to the movies with Mike. But I come up here, I work 2, maybe 3 jobs in the course of a week, 2 weeks, depending on the size of the job. And I make enough money from doing the jobs up here. Hold on though, I'm gonna get to that. I make enough money up here to pay for the plane ticket, and then on top of it, make up the difference. So I can make enough money up here in just a couple days as I would in an entire week down in Vegas. So it offsets the cost pretty well. So if I come up here, I may not work every single day. I may work maybe 2 or 3 days out of the time that I'm up here, and I make enough money as if I never left Vegas to begin with. So that's kind of how I'm able to do this. Now, move up to Seattle. We paid like $1,100 a month for a 2-bedroom in Las Vegas. And that's at like 1,000 square feet. I think it's just over 1,000. I think it's like 1,900 square feet, something like that. To get a 2-bedroom in this area, this like Black Diamond, Ravensdale area, it would cost $3,000 a month just for the apartment, and that's a 2-bedroom because that's 2-bedroom. Remember. So when you think about it, it's like the cost of living is a lot higher. So, and you got to remember, down in Vegas, I'm one of the more expensive taskers. Up here, I'm middle of the road. Like my rates are in the green, which means that's the average. I'm not even in the high end for Seattle. So because of that, it's just interesting, man. It's like there's so many more different factors that go into it, but with my current financial situation, moving to Seattle wouldn't be very reasonable financially, because $3,000 a month for a 2-bedroom, I would need a 3-bedroom, so it'd probably be more than that, because I got 2 boys. So that's why moving up to Seattle right at this moment, it just it doesn't pan out. Like when you do the cost analysis and you break down the budget, it doesn't. So I might bitch, moan, and complain about living in Vegas, but at the end of the day, the cost of living is so low. It's so much lower out there. It's a lot more manageable. You know, it's still like you turn your hair gray, you're pulling your hair and stuff. It gets stressful. That's what, anywhere you go in the world, but it's stressful but manageable. That's why Vegas has worked for the time that we've been there, because financially, we're able to benefit from what's around us. So that's kind of why we don't want to live in Vegas forever. That's I don't want to live in Vegas either. Vegas is garbage, man. Michael, where do you want to live?
I want to live in Washington, D.C.
DC? On the other side of the country?
Yes,
Why?
because that's where you want to
No, I want to go on vacation. I don't want to live in DC. It's a fucking swamp. What about Oregon? Oregon's the same story. So, okay. How do I explain this? So, I work as a handyman, and I use a lot of different lead generation, but I mainly use TaskRabbit. TaskRabbit is not available in rural areas. It's mainly located in metros. It's mainly in urban areas. So technically, out here in Ravensdale, we're in a rural area, but the Seattle King County is like so massive that it covers a wide area. So Clark County really only covers Las Vegas. That's about it. Out in Las Vegas. And no, California. No, California's way. That's why we left. We left California because it was too expensive. You know, part of me wants to say like, yeah, it's if you move to a blue state, it's going to be expensive. Well, there's some nugget of truth to that. It is. I've already talked about that whole thing enough, so we're just going to skip that. And no, I've been vaping for a while. I can't believe you guys haven't noticed. I just don't do it in the car. So, or in fake wife's car. Florida, no one wants to move to Florida. Florida's garbage. So ideally, we want to move to Colorado. And it's like, well, Mace, that's just almost as expensive as Seattle. Well, not every place in Colorado. That's mainly Denver is super expensive. When you get further out, like we want to live somewhere rural. That's the goal, is we want to live somewhere rural. We want to be close enough to a city to where it's not like hours and hours and hours away, but we want to be far enough away from the city to where it's like we're not like hugging butt cheeks with the fucking skyscrapers, you know what I mean? So that's kind of like the plan. Like out here where my mom lives, this is wonderful, but it's still not cheap, and it's just the cost of living in King County is so high. So but I'll talk more about that whole topic. No, I'm not a big fan of Texas either. I've visited Texas quite a few times in different seasons, and every time it's just no, Texas ain't for me. Haven't been up to the Panhandle, like Lubbock area. I heard it's really nice up in Lubbock, but the Panhandle. But for the most part, Texas, no. Like I said, Colorado is kind of where we want to be. I lived in New York for a long period of time. Not the biggest fan of New York State. For a lot of different reasons, but mainly the weather. But I say I'm not a big fan of the weather, but I wouldn't mind living in Massachusetts. I wouldn't mind living in Maine, And they have just as equally as shit weather as New York. So I don't even know. Seattle is nice. It's beautiful. But especially this trip out, it's like there's a lot of times I come out and the weather's nice. I get lucky when I come out. And I'm out here for only a short amount of time. But the last couple times I've come out have been for like 2-week spans, and then I'm starting to notice how much it fucking rains out here. And it's like, this is like a bit much. Like, I don't mind the rain. It's like, I'm not like one of those guys like, oh, it's rainy today, fuck my life. It's like, no, having rain is nice. But like, since the day I landed, it has not stopped fucking raining. And it's like, all right, can this just like let up? Like, this is ridiculous. It's like I was glad that it wasn't snowing because I'm not the biggest fan of snow. I like a nice snowfall to cover and then just stop. But living in upstate New York, it would start to snow and then it just wouldn't stop for like months. And it's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, so I'm historically not the biggest fan of snow. I like a nice light snow. I like it to be, out there, nice layer. But when it's like 6-7 feet up, you're like, dude, this is ridiculous. Like this time last year, it was so bad. He stayed home from school for a week. Like they couldn't even leave the house. It was that bad. No, fuck Canada. Colorado gets crazy amount of snow. It kind of really depends on where you live. So, for example, where we're kind of looking, Colorado Springs, and even the Denver area, when you're that high up, yeah, does it snow quite a bit? Yeah, but that snow goes away relatively quickly. It's a long story, but he's mainly up here because their school system's a lot better than Vegas has one of the worst school systems in the entire country. So that's why I come up every month, every 2 months, to spend some time with my boy. But yeah, his education is very important to me, and obviously his mom. But that's a whole nother story. Anyway, yeah. So he lives up here for the school because the school here is a lot better. The schools in Las Vegas are just really bad. And when he was living in California, the situation wasn't ideal, and his grades slipped. Since he moved up here, his grades have improved. His test scores are up. The school's very involved. Damn, just be rough, Mace. I don't understand. What? What'd I do? Well, no, it's just the schools aren't crazy well funded. Um, just be rough. I don't know what you mean though. Like, what is that? Context matters. Context matters because I'm talking, I keep it going, and there's like a slight delay. So whatever you're talking about, I said like maybe a minute ago. Um, where was I? Yeah, so no, Las Vegas schools, they're not super well funded. And you would think, well, what about all the money that comes in from the casinos? There's a lot of like tax loopholes and stuff to where a lot of that money doesn't go to the city. So the taxes that come from Las Vegas casinos, those don't go circled back to Las Vegas because must be rough. At first it was, but then doing all these trips a lot, it's kind of been better. But things are going to change come June, so. Yeah, so a lot of the taxes from casinos, Las Vegas, like the strip, that's not Las Vegas. It might be confusing. So the strip where all the major casinos are and all that shit, that is actually unincorporated Clark County land. That is known as Paradise, Nevada. The taxes that are gained from that go to the state, which means that there's no city tax for any of the businesses there. So that's just profit on their end. So that's kind of why Las Vegas kind of is the way it is. The Strip is this nice place, but when you live there, no idea, I wouldn't know. So when you live there, living in Las Vegas is so different than visiting. Because when you visit, you're mainly focused on all the tourist areas. But living in Las Vegas, there's not a whole lot of resources. There's not a whole lot of government services. And the government services that are there are extremely expensive. So even though the cost of overall living in Las Vegas is lower, any government service is like at least twofold what you would pay in another state. So for example, when you register your car like in California, depending on the age of the car, it could be anywhere from $100 to $200, maybe a little more. In Las Vegas, when it's time for you to register your car, it's like $400 a year. Yeah, I mean, some of that's a little on the fabricated side, where it's not 100% the situation, but it's enough to get a clear picture. There's a lot of homeless in Las Vegas. There's a lot. Over the years, though, when it's broken down, like how like this whole homeless thing works, um, excuse me. There's a point in my life where I was homeless for a number of years. Hey, what's up? Oh yeah, just visiting while they're gone. So.
Oh, really? Are they gone?
Oh yeah, they're not coming back till like
Katie and Freddie.
they're in Arizona. They didn't say anything. Yeah,
No. Till the end of the month.
I think that's come 30th. They'll be back.
Because I came over to pay bills, so
Oh.
I guess I'll wait till they get back.
I would do.
Yeah. So cool. You gonna spend some time with Michael?
Yeah, pretty much. Just hanging out with the boys. So.
Yeah.
Say hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Cool. Yeah. Also, it's rain.
Oh, I know. I know it's supposed to be rain tomorrow too.
But we have to get stuff out of the next like an hour and a half to get that. How bad the rain was, how bad the traffic was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We're planning.
Well, we left out there, no traffic. By the time we get back, that's when all the traffic was coming out. So adding the rain on top of that was just right.
That's the roads out there. Where are you living at?
Last night.
You don't run into that there.
No, it probably rained me twice.
No big traffic.
Oh no, we live right on the outskirts. So sure, for all the traffic.
Right on, man. Well, it's good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
You need anything, just give me a call.
Oh, up there.
Yeah, I gotta get a fire.
Oh yeah, she's good. Sorry, just one of the neighbors. Hey, Adam, what's up? Anyway, yeah, so I was homeless for a number of years. And for me, I was very fortunate because I at least had a car. So it wasn't all doom and gloom in the end of the world, like a cup half full kind of guy. It's like, yeah, I may not have like a set place to live, but at least, I have a car. I can at least sleep in the car. Maybe. I guess we'll never know. Anyway, yeah, it's real. I get really sketched out when it comes to. Well, so the thing is I take a lot of pride in my. Well. Oh well, so as far as the clothes go, we had a locker, and I would change at work. So we had lockers, and we didn't have to mess with our own uniforms. They had a special service for that. What else? Because of work, you got to keep your hair trimmed up and stuff. I usually, kind of let it go in the winter. I wait till springtime and then I'll trim her back up. Hey, bud. So this is probably the longest my hair's been in a long time. And that was when I was working residential, and I didn't make a crazy amount of money, unfortunately. I'm not the best salesman in
Can
the
I show
world.
them? Can I show the people? This?
Real quick.
I got a switch thing.
Oh, yeah, it's Michael's. He saved up his money and bought one of these bad boys.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky little shit. Here you go.
Thank you.
Yeah. What's up, Nate? What are you going to show him?
I'm at your house.
No fighting, I swear. If I hear you guys start going at it, that's it. Yeah, but no, I got paid from work. It's just that, let's see, when I first started out, I just realized there's a lot that you guys don't know about me. See, you gotta remember, my situation might have been what it was, but I made the most out of it. I had a gym membership, so I had a place to shower. You know, fast food is a thing, so it's pretty easy to be able to get food whenever you need to. There's such thing as public restrooms, so it wasn't too difficult to go to the bathroom. The hardest part was just finding somewhere to park for the night to sleep. So usually I'd get to a neighborhood. I wouldn't park in front of a house. I'd park where there's like that brick wall. You know what I mean? And I try to nestle up by some other cars, so I wasn't like some one lone car out there. And I would just kick back the seat and then sleep. Crack the windows in the summer. I would run the car with the heat on for like probably 30 minutes until it was unbearably hot inside the car, and then I'd shut it off and sleep in the winter. Depending on how cold it was that night, I would have to get up in the middle of the night, turn the car back on, let it heat up again, and then go back to sleep.
No, you just showed me my house. You fixed it.
Oh, good. You legit worked and was homeless, man. That's crazy. Tell us stories. Tell us stories of how I made it, of how you made it, man, because I really want to. This is super interesting.
I did that.
All right, hold on. All right, give me 1 second. All right, I'm doing this, so can you please, both of you guys, let me focus on this? One laugh.
Why is there money on this?
Because it's mine. It's my account. You're playing on my account. So, but don't spend any of it.
I'm not.
Yeah, and if you don't buy the battle pass, because I'll know. My phone will tell me.
I know that.
I get alerts every time any penny is spent.
I know.
I know.
I know that.
What's up, Nate? What's up, Nate?
Look at this. I did
Come here.
this. I got this at Chi-Chi's.
That better?
My
You guys
dad-
getting hungry yet?
Hold on. I want
Well, have a snack. We'll figure out dinner in a little bit. You guys want pasta?
pasta and I don't know. I got some on my toes.
Hello.
I got some on my toes. Oh, like the cans fall on
Oh,
my
you just
toes.
got to be careful, bud.
Yeah, and then I was crying over Gigi's like they were screaming.
Do you like to watch cooking shows?
Shows? No.
No? You just want to watch cartoons, huh? You having fun with your game?
Yeah. Can I show you something?
I'll be right back. Keep the chat going.
Hello. How's your guys' day today? I am the new Miss Valor. The other Miss Valor died for some reason. He went away somewhere else in this world. How was your guys' day today? Hello. I have a great day today. I hope you guys had a good day today. Today was a jammy day for me. Greetings, don't spend it. What game I have? I have Pokemon Sword. I have Pokemon Shield. I have Pokemon Shield. It's my favorite. It's fun to play. Also, I have Fortnite on it and mechanical card game. Yeah, Pokemon is fun.
What are you doing?
I was talking to people.
Oh,
I told them you went away somewhere else.
hold on. Who's this? Yes, Pokemon is fun.
That's what I told them.
Oh shit. No, the damn phone. I'm getting like a crazy number of alerts right now, so my phone's slowing down. All right, what game do you have? Greetings, don't spend it. Greetings, what's up? All right, there's so much going on. Hi, everybody. Oh my god. Shit. All right, the stream might die because my ex-wife is hitting me up. All right, hold on. We'll call your mom as soon as go play over there, bud. Let me finish this.
Okay, bye-bye, friends. See you next time. You don't mind playing.
It's so much all at once. Where were we? What were we talking about? I'm sorry.
I don't know.
No, you have fun with that, bud. Let me handle this.
Okay.
Oh, yes, they are. Kids are great. They're adorable. But if there are any parents out there, you'll know exactly how I feel. Well, it's not difficult. I pretty much already explained it. I don't really know what else to say. I mean, it was relatively easy. I was lucky. I had a pretty good support system. You know, close family and whatnot. I didn't really like. Not a lot of people knew, outside of very few close people in my life. It wasn't something I went around and made a big deal about. The hardest part. The hardest part was money, obviously. Um, fuck. Hey, why don't we get a super chat in here for about $1,000 so I can get a phone that doesn't fuck up like this one? Okay, sorry, I'm back now. Fucking my ex-wife, his mom, she's trying to hit me up right now, and it's like, I told her I'm busy right now. And then she calls anyway. And then because she's trying to call, my phone can literally only do one thing at once. I can't do multiple things or else it's old as dirt. It hardly works as it is, and it's like if I just do one thing at a time and nothing else, the phone will be fine. But here she goes. I tell her, not now. I'm fucking busy. And she calls anyway. Like, do you not fucking get it? Anyway, sorry about that. No, she wasn't. No, she was with family and shit at the time. So, she had her own, like, we were the boyfriend and girlfriend, obviously, but, I didn't let my situation impede her. And you know, there was a while where I did stay with her, but obviously you can't have that go on forever. So, because all that like, let's ignore her situation because I just want to talk about mine. But she was fine. She was good. No, she knew. I mean, I don't like she knew. It wasn't like she didn't know. It's like she knew. I don't know how else to describe it. Yeah, she stayed through me through all of it. Because, you know, to her, she just wanted to be with me. It didn't matter what my situation was. And she helped me out with a good chunk of it. Even her family, too. They reached out and let me stay for a while. And that was kind of off and on. There was a time where I was with them, then I wasn't. And then I was with them again for a little while, and then I wasn't. So that went on for a few years. No, it's just a skull and crossbones. Nate, I'm kind of in the middle of something. What do you need? What do you want to say?
I built a little secret tunnel it's in the roller coaster.
All right, hold on.
Okay.
Start over. What?
I said,
Louder. I have like no hearing.
Okay. There's a roller coaster right by my house, and I might build,
Yeah.
and I put some turbo on it, and then it goes the wrong way, and it's forward, but it goes the wrong way, turns, and then speed, and then a little tunnel ends, and then you can fly back up.
It's pretty fun, bud.
Yeah.
Can you do me a favor?
Huh?
Just only emergencies. If something bad happens, come get me.
Okay.
all right? But I'm in the middle of this, all right?
Okay.
All right, love you, buddy.
Okay.
It's my adorable nephew. You are very dapper. You're a very strapping young man, Michael. Yeah, it would be sweet. I think you being a vet helped lead you? Lead you? What do you... Huh? Or helped you? No, being a vet did not help me until I moved to Las Vegas. So how did I no longer become homeless? Well, you got to remember, during my homeless era, I was going to school, and being a veteran utilizing the GI Bill, I did get a housing stipend. But remember, this is California we're talking about. It wasn't the cheapest place in the world to live to begin with. So the money I was getting from school helped like sustain me with like my, with my vehicle and with gas and insurance, food, etc. But also incorporating that amount of money into a place to live, my focus back then was on school. So it's like, I'm going to school full time. Do I want to get a part-time job to supplement my income while I'm in school? Or do I want to focus on school, get good grades, and just kind of enjoy my time out of the Army, for now, and then, maybe do some internships because that's related to what my, curriculum's all about. So that's what I did. Instead of getting a traditional job, I did marketing internships while, going to school full time. So that's what I chose to do, and it ultimately led, like, you can look at it one way, like, oh, it ultimately led to nothing because you're not doing marketing, and yeah, you could say that. That's a whole nother story for a whole different time, but I'm glad that I was able to do that with the time that I had. Anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent. So, make a book about your life, Mace. Well, I already did. I just haven't edited or published it. It's called 6 Years of Spoon. I wrote 6 Years of Spoon right before I got out of the military. And over the course of a few years, every now and then I'd go back and write more on it. And it's just sitting there. Because I don't, like, memoirs are interesting. Usually people want to read a memoir from someone that's, like, famous, someone of note. Who's going to want to read a memoir on some guy's 6 years in the military that they've never heard of before? Also, he was a cook, so there's going to be that notion ahead of time with like, well, he was garbage because he was a cook. It's like, really? Yeah, so once again, it's like this giant misconception. When you use the word homeless, that just means you don't have a residence. I still lived in the car, and I already said earlier, public bathrooms are a thing. Just because someone's homeless doesn't mean that they just shit on the ground. This isn't San Francisco, all right? You can go to a fucking public bathroom at Walmart and take a dump. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, so, like, really, it's like, when you look at the cup half full and you kind of look at what's available to you, you make the most of it and you persevere. The way that people kind of get stuck, it's like, I don't want to be the guy to pass judgment, but I will give an analysis on a situation that I, based upon how I would see it. When I see people out there panhandling, at first you're like, man, my heart goes out to them, it's really rough. But then you're like, this guy is spending how many hours a day sitting there begging for money? That isn't the same as a job, That's not the same as a job. You figure if you do a job, you make money, right? And yeah, when you're already homeless, when you're literally living on the streets and you don't have a vehicle or anything, no shelter whatsoever, yeah, it's going to be hard. Who's going to want to hire you when you come in looking homeless? It's like a negative feedback loop. So, but when I think about it, and it's like even like getting a job at McDonald's or something, you still need a work card. So, but when you think about it, it's like there's a lot of programs out there. There is a lot of programs out there. Like, so, what's so funny?
The guy like shoots in the air, he like looks at me, it's like rifle and shoots me in the head and he's like
Oh. So it's kind of like, and the reason why I say this, it's like there are opportunities, there are avenues for success out there. You know, you just got to get a good game plan. And I think the problem is that a lot of these things aren't publicly known. You do have to do a lot of digging, unfortunately. So one of the things that I've noticed during my time being homeless is all of these different services and whatnot. And one of the ones that I saw, there's this thing called HUD, which is, you know, Housing for Urban Development or whatever. And you can essentially get a stipend on your rent from the city government, so that they can reduce homelessness. There's usually a really long waiting list, unfortunately, but that's out there. I know, like using Nevada as an example, they have Job Connect programs. It's literally jobs that are done by it's either Clark County or Nevada State. They have these Job Connect places where you go. They help you with your resume. They go off of your work experience. They try to help you find work, no matter what your situation is. And it's like, if like these homeless people, yeah, like they may not be in the most prime position, but by going to like Nevada Work Connect or Job Connect or whatever. Michael, can you calm down, please? If I hear you one more time, I'm taking it away. Deal? Well, have fun. I don't want you to not have fun. Just, God damn it. Yeah, so if you're homeless and you go to one of these Job Connect places, doesn't matter if you're homeless or not, they're going to help you find work. They'll explain your situation to whoever your employer is. They'll understand for the time being and make adjustments so that you can be successful. You know, a lot of people think that a lot of corporations are these heartless fucking things, but there's a lot of lesser known places to work out there that we just don't see day to day. You know, like there's work out there. There are employers out there. You just don't know because you have to do some digging for it. So, for example, a lot of people think that, oh, Walmart, McDonald's, that's basically it. Like, no, there's metal fabrication shops, there's manufacturing assembly jobs, there's warehouse work. Like, there's a lot of different industries that people can get into, even at entry level, and to at least earn some semblance of an income so that they can then save up money and become successful. It's such a weird rabbit hole to go down, because then you could talk about economic fucking morality and, this, it can get messy as a conversation. But I'm just saying, there's opportunities out there. And when you get to a position in life, well, you'll take anything. That's what I did, man. When I moved out to Vegas, I had, fake wife was living with her mom. I was still in the car. Tristan was a baby. And, I got hooked up with the USO. They helped me find a job. I applied for that job. And I got the job, did my training, and started working. And over the course of a few months working there, I was able to save up money while living in the car. And then eventually at the same time, we were able to get a place. And then around that time, in 2017, I finally got rated for my disabilities. So thank God for that, because that was a steady income each month to help offset some of the cost. So very fortunate for that the VA was finally like, yeah, you're right, we fucked you up in the military, we'll take care of you now. Just took fucking years. But yeah, that's kind of the long story short, I guess. That was back when I was doing security, man. Because I was trying to get an HVAC job, but at that time of year when I was looking for work, there wasn't any. Because it was the middle of winter. A lot of the piecework companies that do new construction installs, a lot of them were kind of like on their down end for the season. A lot of the work that they already had contracted was already kind of finished, and they were just waiting for more houses to be built. Get the skeletal frame up so they could put in the unit and the piping and all that shit. And I couldn't wait until spring for things to pick back up. I needed the job right then and there. So that's why I got into security. Fuck security. It's all right. Why are you back out here, bud? No, not you. I'm asking Nate. What's up?
I just wanted to put armor on,
I can't. You gotta stand over here. I can't hear you, buddy.
but I put armor on and then the game crashed.
I told him not to put armor on or the game will crash.
Why?
I
I
just,
don't know why they have to like that.
Well, why'd you do it if you knew it would crash?
I just wanted to be strong and cool.
Yeah, but you knew that if you put it on, it would crash.
But I didn't know for a second. Because I was confused.
Do you need Michael to help you get it going again? Can you give him a hand, Mike?
I can't do it by myself.
No. Let Mike do it. Nate, let Mike do it. I don't know what else you guys want to know. I get lost on a tangent when no one's actually in chat because I can't keep track of my own fucking thoughts. You feel me? Oh, I should let the dog back in. Zoe!
That makes me try to play.
Well, play if you want. If you don't want to play, don't play. It's not that difficult, Mike. If you don't want to play, then don't play. It's not hard.
Hello, my name's Michael.
Hey, can you get your shoes on and go find the dog? I don't think they're saying anything.
Uncle Zach, what'd she say again? What did she say?
Do you want to go get your shoes on and help Michael find the dog?
What dog?
Zoe.
Zoe!
Michael! Get your shoes on, go outside, and
Zoe.
find her.
Mike, Uncle Zach, who's in Gigi's house?
Why?
I don't know. Maybe Gigi wanted to take care of him. My mom's there. I don't know. It wasn't me.
Nate, this morning, Zoe came in here.
No,
Okay.
it was not.
That was last night, but this morning, she brought the dog in here. She wanted to go to the bathroom, so I let her outside. I want her to come back in now because she's been out there for like an hour. So
Oh.
she's here, she's just outside. So if you guys can get your shoes on, go outside, find her, bring her back in, that would be much appreciated. Can't hear you, bud.
That's easy.
Huh?
That's so easy.
Try not to get wet. Well, that's what we're trying to do. No, we're not trying to do that. Zoe's old. She's not in the best health. I'm actually surprised she's still kicking. She does have, like, to say she has a lot of health issues would be an understatement. Like, she's not very good right now. But she's still around, so we love the damn dog, so we want to make sure she's okay. So, obviously send the boys out to go get the dog. No. Just left the dog. Where are they? What are they doing?
We found a dog right in front of Turner's trailer.
Alright, have the dog come in here. I told you, bring the dog inside. Alright, give me 2 seconds. I gotta go babysit this fireplace real quick. What's wrong? Why are you guys so loud? Well, give her a hand. Pick up her ass and help her come up. All right, no more games. You're being too loud. You gonna calm down, Nate? Nate, are you gonna calm down, or do I need to call your mom? All right, I'll call your mom. No, it's fine. Let me get the phone. Where's the phone? I'm gonna call her.
Wait. Then I'm gonna calm down.
I'm gonna get the phone.
What? I said I'm gonna calm down.
Where's the phone? Oh, perfect.
I said I'm gonna calm down. I'm gonna calm down.
All right. Well, have fun. Go play. I gotta put the fear of God in these kids.
I don't fear you.
Give me your Switch.
No.
Hand it to me now.
Nothing.
Give it to me. You fear me now? Yes or no?
You wouldn't do that.
You want to bet? I've done it before. You want me to do it again? Fear me, yes or no? Oh, I feel like it's about to snap.
No, stop.
All right, fine then. All right, if you're not going to believe me, just give it. No, just give it.
No.
What'd I just say? Give it. All right, go find something to do, bud. Come here, Michael. Michael.
I was in Cradle, but it took me like 5.
What's wrong with survival? When you're done, come get your game. Between this dog and those boys, I mean, I'm really glad I have this coffee right now. Anyway, here I am. I don't know if there's anything else you guys want to know. I mean, if you want to talk story time, I guess we can, but I don't know. What do you guys want to hear? That's what Mace wants to know. What do you guys want to talk about? Because I kind of feel like a lot of my streams, I'm just repeating myself. You know, I don't mind talking, but I hate talking about the same thing again and again. That's the number one thing. I hate repetition, but I feel like I'm always repeating myself. A lot of these things a lot of these letters from the VA, I'm trying to make sense out of a lot of these. You gonna calm down? What? What's funny? Tell me. I want to laugh.
So,
All right, you gonna help Nate get his game working
you try it, I have to back on.
on creative? He wants it on creative, not survival. He's making a big deal about it. I know what I should do. I should be. Let's see if I can find it. why is it? Fuck. All right, I'm just gonna type it and hopefully find a way to print it. Oh, shit. I gotta go do that too. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff I need to do today, and I should probably focus on that. So, I'm gonna bounce and take care of these stupid forms. As always, I'm real so glorious and beloved Mace Valor. Signing off.